Oh, it's a big one. When I was coming up, if you like, it was quite a no-no. And I really think that's changed a heck of a lot. Even more so in the last 10 years. There was a slow change happening, and then in the last 10 years, it's changed a huge amount. And now, for a lot of roles, I don't think it matters. And certainly as people that maybe got a tattoo, say, aged 18, or started getting tattoos and have kept getting tattoos from the age of 18 onwards, and they're sort of my age, mid-40s, something like that. There's a lot of people my age and older that have quite a few tattoos that are in the industry. It doesn't seem to affect them. There may be a small number of roles that it may put them out of contention for, just through societal expectations of what, to pick a type, what a lawyer might look like or a dentist might look like. But those are changing as well. But it will also, I think, honestly, put you in contention for a whole bunch of roles as well. So I think whatever you lose in terms of a producer not believing that a certain character type might have tattoos, you will gain in other areas where that makes you interesting or makes you stand out or makes you adhere to something that they think might be applicable for that character. If you're doing facial tattoos or from things from the neckline, up, so maybe around here or here, then I would perhaps think harder about that. Again, I don't think it puts you out of contention for a whole bunch of stuff, but know that might knock you out for a few roles here and there. No joke, I worked on a project where they were absolutely looking for people with tattoos, and I know that people get opportunities because they've got tattoos, and that's what's got them in the room. And there's whole agencies, certainly in Los Angeles, I don't think so here, but certainly in America, there's whole agencies about people that have tattoos, and you can be on their books and your regular agent's books as well. I mean, my overall thing would be, if you're having tattoos anywhere that can't be covered by a t-shirt, so let's say from the elbows down, including the hands, anywhere from sort of where a necklace might sit on you upwards, you might want to think about it, but know that you don't. It's definitely not a big fat no-no, which it used to be when I started. Look, great question, because I've never selected yes, and I know that they do give you an option to say where your tattoo or tattoos are when you say yes, but because I've never done that, I've never gone through that process. My instinct, honestly, has always been yours. If I say had one on my pelvis or on, one of my butt cheeks, something like that there's no way I've read the scene, I know the character I'm auditioning for, there's no way that's going to be relevant, then I think it would be my choice not to tell them. If I feel that being knocked out of contention is a risk, if I tick yes, and that they're not going to then bother to read that it's on my pelvis or on my butt cheek. If I don't trust that process, that they're just going to maybe just filter out on an Excel document everybody that said yes, then yeah, I would be inclined to tell a white lie. Cameras are getting a lot better now, and picture quality is getting a lot sharper. I have been watching TV when I can tell someone's got the cream on that's covering a tattoo. Certainly I've seen Tom Hardy in a couple of movies, and he's absolutely plastered in them, and you can see, oh yeah, I know he's got tattoos on his arm, and at a glance I can see the smeared cream on there, because TVs are all 4K and they're going to be 6K and 8K soon. Yeah, look exactly the same. Sometimes people in wardrobe like to make those decisions themselves, and sometimes they don't mind if they've been made already. I think it's more common for people that identify as women to have, a bit of blue or a bit of pink or something like that. A color that isn't, quote unquote, a natural sort of hair color in there, or a bit of green. Again, it's a strong choice, and it can put you in contention for certain things and out of contention for other things. I will say, sidebar note, that I reckon being willing to change your hair color for a role or have your hair cut is great. And everyone, I think should be comfortable with that, because sometimes you were talking about on the job forms, they ask you if you've got a tattoo. They also say, are you willing to change your appearance? I've never once put no. I always think just put yes. And even if it, you don't want to lose your long hair, well, it's a good story. You had to do it for a job. Maybe you can live with that. At least they're paying you for it, and they'll probably pay you for changing your look as well. There's a fee connected to that, so you can earn a bit of extra money. Honestly, the best answer I can have to that, for that, is as long as you are prepared to genuinely, and not in a negative way, but deal with any ramifications or consequences from any of your actions, then I think that's a really good place to enter the industry. We don't want to sacrifice absolutely everything in our lives for this industry, because that could be a fast road to resentment. I've given up all of this stuff and it's not giving me enough. I'm getting a few auditions, but I'm not booking enough. It's a fast track to resentment, because we can often build our whole lives around it. Our employment opportunities, I'm going to work casually instead of taking on a contract because I need to be flexible for auditions. I'm not going to go on that holiday or plan that 6-month trip around the world because I want to be around in case there's auditions. We can sacrifice a heck of a lot, and I would put getting, a full sleeve tattoo, if you really, really want it, but you don't solely because of acting, then I would add that to the list of things that you're sacrificing. So make sure that you are still living a happy, fulfilled life outside of acting, because that feeds into it and that makes you a better actor, and it makes you not resent, or lowers your risk of resenting being in the industry and everything that it throws at you. Then that's going to lead to longevity.